One thing that holds back a lot of people from being successful is complacency. And if you can avoid complacency, you've got a decent chance of being successful for a long period of time. I look at someone like Rick Ross, right? 2006, that's when he got his big break. He was 30 years old when he released Port of Miami. And if you look at that situation, right, being 30, obviously he'd have life experience, so he's less likely to be complacent. But there's so many rappers we see nowadays, when they get their first record deal, these guys get the deal, they kind of take it for granted, they get their $1 million advance, they don't realize that there's tax on that, they don't realize that they need to use that to actually put money into the album, marketing and all that, so they barely get any money. These guys get complacent, and then after maybe an album or maybe 2 albums maximum, these guys are pretty much broke, they're struggling, and now they're famous. So because they're famous, but they don't have money, it's a difficult life because you got to pay for security and stuff like that, right? But someone like Ross, right, he was able to avoid complacency. If you even listen to the Port of Miami album, his voice is so hoarse on all of the songs. And if you research it, it's because he was doing shows pretty much every day leading up to that album coming out, because he wanted to make sure he got his bag up. He wanted to make sure he had his money up. When he got that check, I think it was $1 million. Obviously, he had to use that for the album as well. But when he got that $1 million, he already had his car, he already had his house that he had built up from before. He said, yo, listen, I'm not going to spend a dime pretty much. I'm going to keep what I've got. I'm going to just keep working. And that's 2006. 19 years later, Rick Ross is still in the game, still doing verses here and there, got over 10 albums. This guy is rich, he's got all this business, and that's because he takes every opportunity with 2 hands. He doesn't get complacent. He understands that, yo, listen, life is like a dream. This guy's a dreamer. The way he thinks big, he understands that every second counts, and because of that, he's so successful. So at the end of the day, you got to make sure you're just not being complacent, man. Every opportunity is just so valuable. You don't know when one day you're going to wake up, everything's going to be gone. No matter what age you are, if you get that chance, if you get the opportunity, you have to put in 100% effort. If you put in 100% effort, there's a 100% chance you're going to get further than you were before. Whereas when you're complacent, you're not going to do as well as you want to do, and then you're going to have that regret, and regret is the worst feeling. So avoid complacency at all costs, especially when you're just starting something and things are looking on the up and up.